Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahmamir Striparantakare Banushashi Bhamisito Buddhasha Gurusha Shukra Shani Rahu Keteva Sarvigraha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om Om Hrim Gurave Namaha. Om Hrim Shukraya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Kev 100, where we bring the planets, the 12 houses of the zodiac, and the 12 and the houses, all of it, put it together, the signs, the houses, the planets, and make a tapestry of sense somehow, according to the Western tradition. And sometimes I also interject the Vedic tradition, which is a little more astronomically correct, and it might even be older in a lot of ways in Western astrology. So this is for August 23rd through the 29th, 2024. Now, what are we looking at here? So for Friday, the 23rd, we've got a moon in the constellation of Aries, and the part of Aries that the moon is in is a lunar mansion known as Ashvini. Now, this is the first nakshatra. This is the first lunar mansion. This is all about freshness, and it's about K2, and K2 is gut feelings. I mean, how is it when we're a baby and born? All we really know is our feelings, but it's also, there's this intuitive sense. It's like there's this mission that you have to do. Now, Ashvini is ruled by the Ashvin twins, and they're known as celestial healers. And so what's really interesting is that the first impulse in this is healing and health, and that we're really here to heal each other. We're really here to help each other, and like we can just start that weekend this way. Now, in Western astrology, the moon's going to be in Aries most of the day. 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the moon goes into Taurus, and it'll be a Taurus moon most of the weekend. We'll start our Monday and Tuesday with a Gemini moon, and then Wednesday and Thursday moon will be in Cancer. You know, good time to plant garlic, I guess, or underground crops. With that said, we're just going to go sign by sign in the Western tradition, and just there's more news than that. I should. Yes, we've got Mercury going direct at 2:14 p.m. on Wednesday the 28th. So that's good news right there. So 2:14 p.m. Wednesday the 28th, Mercury goes direct, and really early, like 1:32 a.m. on Friday morning, Venus, or Thursday morning rather, pardon me, the 29th, Venus goes into Libra. So, excuse me. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and away we go. All right, so you've got Sun in Virgo. That's your 6th house. And 6th house is a place, of service, and it's a place of compassion. It's a place of getting yourself pure, purifying yourself. It's the Virgin. So it's an excellent time to fast. It's an excellent time to purify yourself. Now, Mars is in the 3rd house. That's good news for you. That's a Karaka, an activator in Gemini, and Jupiter's there with it. And so I think it's really about, if you have brothers in particular, but sisters too, but especially brothers, kindling relationships with your brothers is of utmost importance. Keeping a journal, working with your hands, all of these things go with Mars in the 3rd conjoined Jupiter. Okay, so greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. So Uranus is in the 1st house. You're going to show your most unconventional, kooky side. Expect the unexpected, but hopefully there's inspiration and there's also like having to adjust to things that might seem like an emergency situation or shocking or something like that. So hopefully that won't happen Friday, but you know, the celestial healers are on their way. And since the moon's going to be in your first house most of this weekend, you're kind of like doing really good. And it's Virgo sun, so you know that's your fifth house. So it's like your heart is open. You're really having a good time right now. This is you know, a good time for Taurus. So here we are, Gemini. So right now, Sun's in your fourth house. So it's kind of more of an introspective time, a time where you look at history, a time where you look at your family, a time where you look at like maybe your resources, like do you own a home, a car, are you going to sell them, are you going to move, what are your choices with that. Now that Mercury's gone direct, but it's in Leo, and it's actually in the tail end of the constellation of Cancer right now in Vedic, if you want to look in the sky for it. And it's in a really rough place. That's, you know, called the Gandanta or the knot. And so, I mean, I would still let things chill out maybe for another week or two before doing any business deals, waiting to that new moon on September 2nd might be so helpful, because there's going to be a lot of twists and turns along the road, and, you know, we know how twisty and turny roads can be. All right. Well, greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. So the moon's going to be in your sun sign, your first house, or in your moon sign on the 28th and 29th, and that's the day that Mercury goes direct. And that's, you know, since most of you are sidereal Geminis anyhow, this is a really important day to look at. You know, that here you are, you're given an opportunity to move forward, but you're maybe moving forward from a place that's like a little rougher than usual. And, you know, this weekend looks good, social life, moon in the 11th house, you know, exalted moon. It's going to be, you know, in Western astrology at least, it's going to be fine. And, you know, you're going through some deep changes, and, you know, and you could use some spiritual help. I think that's really what it's coming down to. And greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. So, you know, Mercury's hanging out there. I mean, and it's like, I mean, if you're going to, you won't be able to see it in the sky, because Mercury, it's harder to see because it's always so close to the sun. And, but it's about as far away, you know, from the sun as, you know, as it can get somehow. And we have to know that it's in your first house, so you have a grip on what's happened, and maybe you're ready to redo something that happened back in July. Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope, and happy birthday. And yes, you are the flavor of the month. So I want to wish a happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Chrissy. Christine's turning, well, I won't mention that because I know she'd hate me for that. But anyhow, no, maybe not. But yeah, on the 24th is Chrissy Durkin's birthday, and I'm so grateful for her. And let's see, Greg Nabas on the 23rd, that's today, ta-da, for this Friday horoscope. And happy birthday to you. And to any Virgo sun out there, Vedic Leo sun out there that's having a birthday this week. I believe Elvis Costello is turning 70 on the 25th of August. So happy birthday to Elvis, the Elvis for my generation. And happy birthday to any of you folks having birthdays this week. Linton Quizzy Johnson, I believe his birthday is also the 24th of August, so he's going to be 72, I think. And, you know, it's like this Mercury retrograde thing, it's still kind of a mind F, and once Mercury goes back into Virgo, it'll feel a little more exalted and a little bit like it's in a better placement. I think I would just sort of, keep it on the DL. Don't make any new plans. Like I said, in general, I'm thinking this new moon in Purva Falguni, Virgo new moon in Western, in the middle of Leo in Vedic. It's just like, this is what's going to take us to a higher love and bring fruitfulness, and we want fruitfulness right now. Venus in the first house, going into Libra. It's, been feeling the love lately. Okay, greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay, so Venus is going in your first house on Thursday. And that's going to be a big relief to you. Sun's still in 12th house, so it's still like a lay low time. And I mean, even for you, I'd say even more so, just wait until the second new moon in early October, because that'll be more like complete freshness for you, and you won't have a lot of this debt, this confusion, this strange karma that you have to sew up and deal with before Sun goes into Libra. But it's a lot about your relationships. I mean, what's new? Entanglements. Avoid the he said, she said conversations at parties, and pay attention to your spiritual life. Go on a retreat if you need to. That is what I would do as a Libra. Reading Scorpio. And now this is about your social life primarily, being Virgo time, 11th house, older siblings if you have them, and it's like I don't, but I have my older friends visit me, and so it could have been my older brothers or my older brothers by choice. But yeah, beneficial friends. Still that 8th house intensity of Jupiter and Mars, and the thing is, really be a prayer warrior. Be someone who is wishing blessings on everybody, the most destitute, the people that just really piss you off, those people, wish blessings on them, wish joy. You're going to reset yourself and create a beautiful world. And it takes a lot of dying to the self. The 8th house, it's about death, sex, other people's property. It's kind of like humiliating situations a lot of time, so it's like there's this humbleness, and so it's sort of like, well, I got to lay low and be humble, but I got good friends around me at least, and that's making it all good. Tell me about it in the comments. Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. I mean, we got Jupiter in the 7th house with Mars. I mean, the worst thing I could say about this is being too pushy about your relationships. It's like, relax a little, back off a little. It's not like you have to force things. Everything, the best relationships are give and take. One of my favorite people are sometimes some of the people that I can be perfectly quiet with, and I know everything's good. I don't let that bother me. In fact, there's something so peaceful about that, and I wish we had more relationships that were like that just a subtle knowing. And how do you get there? A lot of hard work and exhausting exercise, and you'll feel better. Huh? Well, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. It was interesting. I was trying to do this outside, but we have a storm coming in, and the winds really picked up, and when I got to you, somehow the camera dropped, and I was like, dang, I really lost. I felt like I have to do this whole thing over again. This is the classic Mercury retrograde thing. And for you, it's like, it might be other people doing stuff and seeming kind of unconscious, like, what the heck is going on? You're saying to yourself, what is going on with this? And it's, it's always in your environment, with Saturn and Pisces right now. It's kind of like sibling relationships, friends, people around you, and then there's things you like to do with your hands, and it's like you're here to improve things, and so just keep that improvement in mind. And also you're really lucky right now, because Virgo's like your 9th house, and so this is one of the luckiest positions for the Sun to be with you right now. So boons, generosity, raises, all the good things are coming. Okay. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Now, you have insights to things, and this is what I keep saying because of Pluto, and this is going to be for a while, and you really have to follow, the messages you're getting. And yeah, and it's also like, this is a tune-in time. I had this really weird, bizarre feeling that, when it came to election, almost like the decision had already been made. And the reason why I say this is I think I know somebody who had a court case and trial and all kinds of stuff. And then when he got to prison, they told him, "Oh, we knew you were coming, 3 months before your trial." They'd already decided. I was like, what? Does that stuff really happen? And it's like, yeah, that stuff really happens. We don't have to be like little children here. And if you are a little child, I hate to break the news to you. This is a really crazy world we live in. But it's not to give up any sense of hope or despair. What I'd say is don't focus on that. Focus on your community. And that'll be a better place for you to be ultimately. Sun in Virgo, it requires transformation. It requires you letting go. Mercury in the 7th house, it's been retrograde. It's been some intense communication right now with you and your spouse, talking about the real stuff, and so, but, most of it's been good. I think there's a sense of diplomacy in this, but there's a real deep churning, and, it's funny how even things like a picture, from the past can trigger a deep churning inside you. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. Sun in Virgo. Virgo is your partnership sign. And it's like you're kind of like the dreamer. And Virgo is like the worker that puts those dreams into action. And so, you have a good relationship, with Venus. Leo, it's been a lot of work, but this is sort of like the eye of the hurricane for you. Between intense times of the year where you can be at peace, you can be your most beautiful self, your most alluring, attractive self, and just your soul is ready for good engagement. And again, you're trying to work on your health, and there's part of you is moving towards this kind of more intense kind of relationship. Anyhow, I don't want to embellish it too much. I just want to say, hey, you've had your limits, you have things that are not always you're able to see clearly right now, but this is a time where you can call in on that more grounded energy. And, I'm going to just close this with a little prayer, and just ask, Heavenly Father, just bless everyone who watches this. Let their life be changed by you in a way that they realize that they are loved, and that all things that they need, you will provide, and that they don't have to feel alone. And whatever name they want to call you, may they be blessed for their sincerity of heart, and may all manner of abundance, safety, security, and fulfillment come to them all. Amen. Aho. Satnam. Tat Sat. So be it. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe.